So you will recall that what we're doing here in learning to speak the helpful truth is a kind of case, it's an example of, or an expression of nonviolence, or in Gandhi's terms, satyagraha. Satya, truth; agraha, forceful action; ahimsa, doing no harm. Doing no harm, helpful; satya, truth; and agraha, acting powerfully. So we're going to talk in a bit about how we're speaking, but we need to know where we're speaking from. Now, typically, when we think about where we're coming from, when we identify who we are, we're centered in our heads. Our heads make sense of things. We're meaning makers. That's what humans do. We make meaning. And so we're making meaning about what it is that's happening. And so our response, when we're trying to be helpful, if it comes from our heads, sometimes we overthink things. Sometimes we're trying to be to convince someone rationally that the way they're looking at it is wrong. And so if our minds dominate, we probably are not going to be very effective. Much more helpful to be aware of our hearts, to be open-hearted, to be grounded in a heart center that is open with compassion to others. The thing is that our emotions oftentimes can get flooded by really big events, big conflicts that we're into. The feelings that we have are going to dominate us. And so ultimately what we want to do is to be gut-centered. We actually, as it turns out, we have brain cells not only in our heads and our skulls, but around our hearts and also in our guts. That is, our capacity to be aware and to make decisions arises throughout our bodies, but centered in head, heart, and belly. An example of speaking the helpful truth, satyagraha, would be the example of Rosa Parks not getting out of her seat on that bus in Montgomery, Alabama. She knew in her head, she had an analysis of what was going on with the way that Black folks were treated in Montgomery, and particularly the segregation that happened on buses. And her heart was sore from the oppression that she and her people experienced, and she was really very angry about it. But the behavior that she had was one that was grounded in her physicality, and she just stayed seated. And what she did really pissed a lot of people off, and there was this chaos around her. But throughout that, she remained grounded in her center, in her dantian, into the place around which we move. If you've ever studied any kind of martial arts, you know that one of the first things you learn is not a kind of throw or punch or something like that. The first thing you learn is how to stand, how to know where your center is, so that whatever happens, you're moving around that. Whether or not we're physically doing anything in any kind of activity when we speak the helpful truth, it's important that we be grounded in our physical experience, that this is where our strength comes from. This is what our power is about. And so don't let your heads, your rationale, use your brain, make sense of what is actually going on. Have a good cognitive map. Be open-hearted about it. But ultimately, when we act, we want to be grounded in our physical experience. We want to know where it is that we're coming from in this time, at this place. Okay?